Hey guys, let's get to work on this Lincoln MKS all-wheel drive. 2014 is our year today. Take your lug nuts off. They're 19 millimeter or a 3/4 socket will work. Crack your lug nuts free, jack it up safely. Always use jack stands. And then take your tire off. We're gonna start off with a 13 millimeter. I already cracked these free on the back of the caliper. Then I was like, hey, let's film this. Why not? Let's make a video. So we got our 13 millimeter bolt here. Sometimes your slide hardware will spin on you, so you got to put a wrench in there. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's pretty obvious. I shouldn't be using a deep well socket because this top one, you kind of run out a little bit of room. That's all right. Use what you got on hand. There we go, 2 bolts out. This is a pretty simple brake job, except if you're unfamiliar with calipers that turn back. Let's just pry this caliper off. There we go. And I'll show you how to do these calipers. So we got some grooves here and here, little triangular grooves. There's a tool that's going to fit in there. And while it's pushing inward pressure in, it's also spinning, turning them back. We've got a pretty cheap kit here you can get online for like 40 bucks. It's got all different adapters for all different calipers, left hand, right hand, whatever you need. All right, let's set that back down. Here's our turn back tool here. See, it's got these 2 little grooves that's gonna lock into those triangles. So we're gonna lock those in, just line them up and put it in. We're gonna take our tool, spin it counterclockwise on this nut end. There's a nut right here, and that's gonna tighten it down. Now there is a really cheap tool you can use. I'll show you that too. All right, so we're gonna take our wrench and tighten it down all the way. Get that nice inward pressure. Let's see if I still got that old cheap tool on my shelf. You can get it for like just a couple bucks at any auto parts store. It was hanging up here somewhere. There it is. See? It's got all different shapes and sizes, and then you put an extender in that hole, and then put the ratchet on your extender. See? You get a little more torque, a little more leverage with this tool. It's just a little easier to use. It's nice. I like to put a little bar in my tool, and then we're gonna turn it in. A little stiff there at first, but we are pretty low on brake pads. And it's just awkward fighting the brake hose and the e-brake cable and trying to hold the caliper still while you turn it in. This one's giving me a little bit more resistance than I like, this caliper. There we go. The caliper is turning back in all the way. It's still going, it's still got more to go, but you get the point. Keep turning it till it stops, it bottoms out, and that's your caliper fully compressed. I think I'll call it a night. Go get some dinner. We'll resume tomorrow. Man, those caliper mounting brackets are on tight. They got get that off, 15mm bolts. Jamie's gonna pop that hardware out and clean right here and here. And we're gonna take these slides out, grease them.
Yes, sir.
They pop out.
Just like that.
There you go. Put a little dab of high temp silicone based brake grease there, and then put the hardware clips back on, and your bracket's prepped. We got a T40 Torx bit. Take out that little set bolt in the rotor, if you haven't already. Goes right there. And then we're just gonna take a hammer to this rotor and beat it off. After cleaning the hub surface, got a shiny new rotor on there. Tighten your mounting bracket. Those are 15s, right, Jamie?
Yes, sir.
Tighten it down nice and tight back there on those two bolts. And you can slide your pads in. You can see we got the new hardware. If you didn't get pads with new hardware, the premiums come with hardware. Make sure you clean your old ones really nicely. These are all greased and lubricated. Slide in well. Squeeze those pads together. Now it's time to put the caliper over it. We put a little thin layer of grease here and on these claws where they're gonna touch the backing plate of the pad. Now we just gotta slap this over this, tighten our two back bolts, our 13 mils. Use a wrench on this hex if they keep spinning on you to keep it still.
That's gonna be, what, 19 I had on here?
You had to use it?
No, I didn't have to use it to take it off. I think I had a 19 or 17 on there.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah, around that size. Then it's time to slap your tire back on with that 19mm socket. Bring her down and make sure you pump that brake pedal until it becomes stiff after doing a brake job, or else you're gonna have no brakes when you take off. So make sure you prime that brake pedal with some pumps until it feels firm again. 17 on the back of here. And that's how you do rear brakes on this Lincoln MKS all-wheel drive. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.